Welcome to second grade back to school night. We will be going over the agenda on the next slide. So the agenda for the webinar is we're going to start with our introductions. Each teacher will introduce themselves. We'll take a look at the student day at a glance. So we'll break down the student schedule and see exactly what your student is doing at each time of the day. We'll go over expectations around weekly assignments. We will talk about independent learning time and what your child should be doing when they're working independently. We'll also be talking about distance learning and parent expectations. We'll be doing a quick Canvas and Microsoft Teams refresher to make sure everyone is aware of these two platforms we use every day. And we'll also be talking about our new school store. We have some student shout outs for students that have shown the expectations and have been doing a great job so far this school year. And this information in the webinar is going to be available until October 30th. So you can pause this presentation, you can take notes, you can rewind. If there's any questions at all throughout the PowerPoint or the webinar, feel free to reach out to your teacher. All of our contact information is at the end of this PowerPoint, so please feel free to ask any questions. And we will begin with our introduction. So I am Shannon Delgado. I teach guided reading and foundations, and I am the second grade team lead.
I am Ashley Bell, and I teach writing.
My name is Emily Hawthorne, or Miss Hawthorne, and I teach math.
My name is Mr. Boyd, and I also teach math.
My name is Miss Williams, and I teach writing and special education for second and third grade.
My name's Miss Boyce. I'm a guided reading and foundations teacher.
I'm Miss Parker, and I teach writing and ELL.
My name is Labria Cherry, and I am a social worker for second and third grade. I'm here to be able to work with any students that have behavioral supports on their IEPs or 504 plans. And I can also be a resource to anyone who does not have an IEP or 504 plan that may be wanting some community resources for the families, such as food resources or help obtaining school uniforms. I can also help to locate services in the community for any families that may be desiring individual or family therapy, and just working with the families and strategies to adjust to this online learning environment and new stressors that might occur. So my contact information is listed here. Please feel free to contact me with any questions or concerns that you may have.
Hi, my name is Mr. Santiago. Everybody call me like that, but my complete name is Jose M. Echevarria Santiago. I am the school counselor for second and third grade. And part of my role is help a student achieve academic success, develop understanding career opportunities, and develop social and emotional skills in response to each of they face. Collaborate with school staff, parents, and the community to create a safe and respectful learning environment. And also, I'm working with student attendance support.
All right, so I'm going to briefly go over your student's schedule for every day. If you look on the screen, this is 2A. The homeroom teachers for 2A are Miss Delgado and Miss Boyce, and this will be their student's schedule. So in the morning at 8:30, your student should be logged on for morning meeting, and they will log on by first going onto Canvas, then getting onto Teams. Then they will have writing from 8:45 to 9:30. From 9:30 to 10:15, they will have guided reading. From 10:15 to 10:25, we have a break. We always encourage students to get up out of their seat and grab a drink. From 10:25 to 11:10, 2A has math. Everybody goes back to the general channel at 11:10 for foundations until 11:30, which is lunch. Everyone must come back at 12:15 for social studies and science in their homeroom channel, and then they go back to independent learning or their small groups between 12:45 and 1:50. After that, your student will come back and have specials from 1:50 to 2:30. These are the students for 2B, homeroom 2B. Miss Kim Williams and Miss Bell are the homeroom teachers for 2B, and these are the students in that homeroom. The schedule is the same as homeroom 2A, besides the order of math, writing, and reading. So for 2B, your students will have morning meeting, then they will have math, then writing, then break, guided reading, and then everybody will have foundations. And the lunch, social studies, science, small groups, and special schedule is the same. And these are the students for 2C. Mr. Boyd and myself, Ms. Hawthorne, are the homeroom teachers for 2C. And the schedule is the same, just the order of reading, math, and writing are different. So they have their morning meeting. The first class of the day is guided reading. Their second class is math. Then they have their break, and then they have writing. Everyone meets in foundations. We have lunch, social studies and science, small group time, and then specials at the end of the day.
All right, thank you, Ms. Hawthorne. This is Ms. Boyce, one of the reading teachers. So I know a lot of this language and some of these classes are a little new, especially with virtual learning. So we're gonna go over each chunk of time and what students are doing during that time, what they're expected to be doing, and just kind of what each section entails. So independent learning time. This happens between 12:45 and 1:50. So this will happen after their social studies and science classes in the afternoon. They also will have a little bit of time while they're in guided reading with Ms. Delgado and myself. We will be meeting in small groups with students. So there will be times during the block when your student is not in a live group. This is considered independent learning time. And these are the following things that they can do during this time. The first thing they should do are their assignments, which are located in Canvas. Every week, they will have a foundations, which is phonics and spelling. They will have a math, a science, and a social studies assignment to complete in Canvas. It's very important that students complete these assignments before moving on to the activities that are also available on Canvas. Right here you see the foundations button, the science, math, and social studies buttons. These can all be clicked on the home page in Canvas to access the assignments. Once students have finished all of their assignments, they can move on to these activities. They have a virtual library, which is given to us through EPIC. There's thousands of books available for students to read online. They can be read to them, or students can read them themselves. They can get onto Lexia, which is a reading application, or Zern, which is a math application. All right, so these are the two different things that can be done during independent learning time. As for assignments, these are what we're expecting from all of our second graders. Every week, like I said, there's going to be a math, science, social studies, and English language arts foundations assignment. They'll be open on Monday, and they will be due and closed on Friday of the week. All of the assignments are in Canvas, and you can access them by clicking on the subject button. And later in the presentation, we are going to go more through Canvas and give you a refresher on how to navigate Canvas. Students can work on these assignments, again, during their independent work time from 12:45 to 1:45. And they can also work on their foundations assignment during guided reading when they're not with their teacher. And again, just a reminder, Zern, Lexia, and EPIC are kind of fun activities, can be utilized and enjoyed after assignments have been completed. And here's some information about how to access EPIC. So like I said, there's thousands of books on Epic that students can read. In order to log in, you can either go to this link, www.getepic.com/students, or you can go to the Canvas homepage and click on the virtual library button, which will take you to Epic. You will use the class code GEP9501, which is also written down on Canvas. And then you're just going to select your student's name, and then they can start picking out books to read. Your teachers may also assign your students books to read in Epic. So this is where they can access all of their reading materials.
These are the classroom expectations we created for students. So we asked that students log on to Canvas every morning by 8:30 a.m. so they're already there for morning meeting. We also ask that we keep their cameras on and stay in front of the screen and are not walking anywhere in the house. They have their eyes on the screen and they're also sitting down. Mute their microphones when they're not sharing. Attend morning and afternoon classes, so morning classes from 8:30 to 11:30 and afternoon classes from 12:15 to 2:35. And contact a teacher when a student will be tardy or absent. And also make sure that your student is focused and actively participating during class. Students should always be prepared for class with a pencil, paper, and whiteboard and marker. And students should always eat meals before class starts and should not be eating during class. And also should be wearing their school uniforms, purple polos, and khaki bottoms. We created a virtual learning scholar program, so students that meet the following expectations will be awarded a virtual learning scholar badge in October. Stickers with the logo shown will be awarded to our first round of virtual learning scholars, so please support and encourage your child to access this. So one of the expectations is logging onto Canvas every day. Another is they are in class at least 10 times a month. They use the chat box appropriately, so only when they are asked by a teacher. And they turn their camera on for every class and mute their microphone unless they are called on. And they complete at least 4 assignments in Canvas every month.
Canvas is the way that we were going to be taking your students' attendance. So it's essential that they log in through Canvas from Monday through Friday in the mornings so that we can get a record of them attending the class. If they don't go through Canvas, we'll not be able to tell whether or not they've attended class. First step is to go to dcps.instructure.com. If at any time you need to pause this video to write these things down, I would do so. Their username is going to be their student ID number. And then you're going to add at the end the @ students.k12.dc.us. Their password is going to be the student's birthday in this format. You're looking for 6 digits, the month, the date, and the year, the last 2 of the year. Please have this information in a convenient place for your child so they can access this daily. When they log in, this is the page that they're going to see, and their job is to scroll down, and you can find their daily schedule on the day of the week. So if it was Monday, they would click Monday, and that would be their schedule. For the assignments, you would click the math, science, social studies, or ELA button, depending on the requested assignments for that week, that day. During the independent work time, the buttons, the yellow buttons that are circled, they're going to be those access to those things that they could be doing during their independent time. So that would be getting 30 minutes on Zern daily, visiting the virtual library, or working on their Lexia skills. This is where your student is going to access the team for the day. So when you click the schedule, this is what pops up. They click the teams, and that's going to take them to where they can access Ms. Delgado and Mrs. Boyce's room in 2A, Ms. Bell's and Ms. Williams' room in 2B, or Ms. Hawthorne and myself's room in 2C. There'll be a channel on the left-hand side. That link right there will take you to the general channel, and that's where you will have the foundation lessons on Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday, right before lunchtime. At 12:15, that's where they're going to have their special, not their specials, I apologize. At 12:15, they're going to have their science or social studies classes with their homeroom. So that's where they'll be going back to 2A, 2B, or 2C.
Microsoft Teams is where your student joins teachers and classmates for daily instruction and small group intervention. Teams work best from the application, not a browser. So please let a teacher know if you do not have the application on your student's device. Make sure your student logs onto Canvas before accessing Microsoft Teams so that their attendance is counted. From the application to log on, your student's username is their ID number, then the @ students.k12.dc.us, and the password again is the student's birthday, 6 digits, month, day, year. Please have this information in a convenient place for your child to access daily. When you log onto Teams, you're going to see the second grade squad icon. You click on that, and then you will see a list of channels. So every student should start their day on their home room. So if they're in 2C, they would say homeroom 2C. If they're in 2A or 2B, that's what they'll see. Only join the general channel on the top from 11:10 to 11:30 for foundations. You're also going to come back to the homeroom channel after lunch. When your child is invited to a small group, these are the channels that they will see with their teacher's name.
The school store is where you're going to have the opportunity to pick up supplies at the school. So these things include cardboard for your learning space, if your student wants to hang certain things up, or to also provide them with some privacy. The dry erase board and marker, crayons, glue, pencils, as well as foundations and math resource sheets. And this is all free at the cost of the school, so you won't need to spend anything. Students on a daily basis need a whiteboard, dry erase markers, notebook, paper, and/or pencils for learning at home every day. So visiting the school store would be a good opportunity to pick those things up.
And we also have a project that we're rolling out, this virtual personal learning space. So students will get the supplies. As Mr. Boyd mentioned, we have trifold cardboard. We have different resources printed out. We've got some fun letters that they can put up and spell their name. And then they're free to color, get things from around the house. This is an opportunity for students to not only create a space where they can focus and stay away from distractions, but also stay organized. We'll print out their schedule so they can be able to know where they're supposed to be, and just a good way to express their creativity and have a little bit of fun. And now we have some student shout outs. So as Ms. Delgado mentioned at the beginning, we're so proud of our second graders who have already learned how to navigate multiple platforms. They've learned how to switch from different channels. They've learned how to type things in a chat box, how to use all different types of technology tools, all the while continuing their education. We've got students reading every day on Epic. We've got students completing assignments. So these are just some of our shout outs. Feel free to pause and take a glance. And we will continue to collect our shout outs throughout the year and share them with you and your students.
Okay. So finally, you can contact us in 2 ways. First, we have an email address set up so that when students are going to be tardy or absent, you can let us know. You would send that to truesdellesenroll@k12.dc.gov, not to us directly, to teachers directly. Please try your best to use that email address to let the main office know that your student will be absent. And to get a hold of us, there's a new Contact Us button on the Canvas homepage. That Contact Us button will link to a form that we will receive, so you can ask any questions or inquiries. You will also be able to find contact information for us and other staff as well.
All right. And that is the end of our presentation. So again, feel free to go back, copy anything down that you need. Almost everything can be found on Canvas, and you have all of our contact information. So please reach out with any questions, comments, feedback.